Hearts of Fire and The Nanny won't be seen tonight. Please stay tuned for this special presentation.
Welcome to the future. So, here we are. This is a day that I've been anticipating since I was, I guess, 7 years old. It is now October the 21st of 2015. For those who don't know, today is the day that parts of the movie Back to the Future Part 2, released in 1989, take place. Now, obviously, this future is, or present I guess you should say, it's quite a bit different from the 2015 we saw in Back to the Future Part 2, but some of these are like flying cars. You saw me in my 1995 Honda Accord a while ago. It was not flying, unfortunately. Tried to do that one time with it, but unfortunately, well, my foot hasn't completely healed since then, and I'm still waiting for the court date. And we also don't have hoverboards. That's been a big thing people have been talking about with Back to the Future Part 2, hoverboards. Me, that's as cool as that was. Hoverboards really aren't. I don't really find that as cool as a lot of people do, but I do think it is pretty cool though. What else was predicted in Part 2? Okay, we covered the flying cars, the hoverboards. There's no real Pepsi Perfect either, although they did release a limited quantity of it last week or maybe the week before. It's a really cool replica that Pepsi made of the Pepsi Perfect bottle from Part 2 with actual Pepsi inside of it with real sugar, which has got to be really good. It was being sold for $20.15, and unfortunately I think I may have missed my opportunity to get a bottle, which, oh well, maybe I can find one someday. And there's no Jaws 19 either. That's definitely not a thing. Never really cared for Jaws anyway. I'm sorry if my mind is wandering right now. I never planned for these videos, as you can tell. But you know what? We do have a few things that they did predict that was quite a bit accurate. I think the thing that really stands out to me is you'll notice in one scene where they're in Marty McFly's future home in 2015, they had this really big flat screen television on the wall. You have to admit, that is pretty accurate. They got that to a point there. Very accurate indeed, because I watch one every day now. And video conferencing, they got that perfectly predicted as well, because we have stuff like Skype and Apple FaceTime, and yeah, that's about all I can think of now. But I figure I'd go ahead and share my earliest memories of watching Back to the Future. It was, I believe, in October of 2015 when I first discovered the first Back to the Future movie. I was 7 years old in the second grade at the time, and it just blew me away. You know, being at that young age, first of all, a car that can travel through time. That who doesn't find that cool? And and it was also my first experience with different eras, like seeing the 1950s. I finally understood that concept, and then a few weeks later I saw Back to the Future Part 2, and I was introduced to the faraway year of the year 2015. And it's hard to believe that 18 years ago I was thinking about the year 2015, and being at the age of 7, I was pretty much convinced that 2015 was going to be like it was in Back to the Future Part 2. Obviously that didn't happen. Well, mostly didn't happen, I guess you should say. And it's really odd to think about, as a kid, what I thought our present day would be like. I mean, we don't have flying cars, obviously, no hoverboards, none of that stuff, but... And another thing I got to thinking about, in December of 1998, you see, I was part of an occupational therapy class at my elementary school. This was in 3rd grade, and one of the things we wanted to do that year for Christmas was have a Madison Elementary School play. Well, we weren't able to really do a play, but we were able to do a puppet show. And I wound up being the writer, producer, and narrator of our little puppet show at school. And I decided to make it Back to the Future themed. So I wrote Back to the Future at Madison Elementary School. We did 3 parts of it based off of each movie. And I gotta tell you, it's freaky watching that video because it shows me at age 9 talking about the year 2015, which I'm experiencing right now. It's really hard to believe. It's really hard to comprehend your younger self talking about his future and what he thought it was going to be like. Now, obviously, my predictions were completely off course from what 2015 really is. But still, it's amazing to see my 9-year-old self discuss the year 2015 on camera. And if you want to see that that video of Back to the Future at Madison Elementary School, I do have that video uploaded here on my YouTube channel. If I remember it, I'll put a link to it right there in the annotations and or descriptions, so you can go ahead and check that out. It's pretty cool little time capsule. You get to see me back in 1998, if you're really that brave. So, with that said, let's take a look at a few Back to the Future related items I happen to have in my possession. Now, the first one is pretty obvious. This is a scaled replica of the DeLorean time machine from the first movie with the plutonium chamber. Got this for Christmas in 2013. It's really accurate. Only thing is, due to licensing problems, they weren't able to put any DeLorean logos on it, which is kind of a shame. But, oh well. There's the back of it with the out-of-time license plate. And the passenger side, doors do open up. And guess what, guys? It's electrical. It's battery operated, so if you press this little switch right here, watch what happens. Isn't that cool? Let's do it again. And I got this for Christmas from my parents last year. This is a, I believe, a reproduction Casio watch, one of the calculator watches that Marty McFly wore in the movies. This is the same one he wore, I believe. It's a Casio data bank, and it works perfectly. I would actually wear it every day, but it's kind of a collector's item, so I really don't want to wear it out. So I just keep it up here on display on top of my satellite receiver. So yeah, it's really cool and very retro too. And calculator does work. I would show it to you, but I'm a little short on time right now, even though I do have a time machine. And I got this for Christmas in 2003. This is Topps Back to the Future Part 2 trading cards, which include stickers and bubblegum. And yes, the bubblegum is still in here. No, I'm not going to taste it. I believe these are some of the cards here. Here's one of them, The Capture of Jennifer from 2015. On the back of it, returning to the alley where they left the sleeping Jennifer, Marty and Doc are stunned to find that the police, 2 uniformed female officers, have found her and are taking her home. Yeah, I think most of these are still sealed up, so I do want to keep it that way. I got some other. Oh, here's some loose cards from here actually. That's him purchasing the almanac. Him burning the almanac in 1955. And then first arriving in 1955. You can read it. You can pause this to read it. What's this? That's Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean was not in Back to the Future. Go away. Now what's this? Not really sure. And there's the Cafe 80s. I would love to go to the Cafe 80s. For one thing, that's actually not too far off these days. Here's a closer look at one of the sealed packages. Again, bubblegum is still inside. No, I'm not going to eat it on camera. This is 26-year-old bubblegum, which is almost as old as me. And we ain't going to do that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little look back at what the whole Back to the Future film franchise has done for me since I first saw it back in 1997. And speaking of the 90s, I think I'll head back there right now and spend the day there. Head over to Carolina Circle Mall, maybe buy a Packard Bell or two, even though it'll be over $1,000. But until then, this is Billy Kors signing off.